Christy, how can athletes benefit from chiropractic?
Athletes and chiropractic. Let's see here. So you're going to hear, probably people have heard on the news or they've seen the stuff that's shared on Facebook or all that type of stuff that Tiger Woods or professional football player or Olympian athlete, whoever it is, that, you know, they are talking about chiropractic care and they take their chiropractor with them and that they notice a huge difference in their athletic performance because of that. Well, we're hearing that from professionals. Obviously, people that aren't professional athletes, that are just regular athletes, can still benefit from chiropractic care, but they're not going to interview somebody that's not a professional, right? So everybody, anybody that's doing any type of athletic thing can definitely, in a few different ways, respond great and get better results with whatever they're trying to do because of chiropractic care. Couple different things. One, we've got injuries that come with that, acute and chronic injuries, and then just overall performance, stamina, and what you're able to do, flexibility. We have people that do yoga that come in here, runners that come in here, and how chiropractic can help them is just limitless. So one thing, as far as the healing process, we can end up with injuries. Obviously, you're doing athletics, you're putting yourself out there at a risk for an injury. I've had my injuries from mountain biking, running, long distance running. You end up with problems that have to be corrected. And we're a society that looks at symptoms. So you have a symptom, cover up that symptom, that body will heal. Well, that's just not the way that it works. If you get the symptom to go away but don't fix what's causing it, so you have a pain in your knee and you get an injection in the knee that's going to stop the pain signal, or you're taking painkillers, or you have a muscle that's spasming and you take a muscle relaxer, that's not getting to what's causing that muscle to spasm. That muscle spasms to try to protect you. So you relax the muscle, then we're going to end up with problems underlying that we don't know about because we can't feel it, or because we have the injection in the knee, so we put a cortisone shot in there and then you go and run however long or play football or whatever it may be. You don't feel it, but that joint is grinding on itself and wearing down. So, and you cover up the symptom. It's kind of like putting duct tape over your oil light. So your oil light goes off, and what do? Do you just put a piece of tape over it, duct tape over it, and keep driving? Eventually, what's going to happen to the engine? It's going to wear out. It's not going to work like it should because we are covering up that warning sign. Well, our body sends pain signals, muscle spasm, it sends inflammation to the area, all those things as warning signs that something's wrong. So if we just cover up those symptoms by taking an Advil so we can run further, I couldn't tell you the number of times I've run a marathon or half marathon and people are stopping at the tent to get Advil and I'm sitting there going, no, don't do that, just stop running, you're going to wear your joints down, because your body sends those pain signals to you as a warning sign to stop doing what you're doing and to get it checked out and fixed. So one thing, first of all, I've got this awesome research packet that was put together by Keith Wasson. It's called The Winning Edge. It's all about athletic performance and upper cervical chiropractic care in general. If you want a copy of this, please come by our office. I'll be more than happy to get you a copy of this. Or Danny here is going to put it onto the video for us so that you can get a copy of it. Just really, really great information. But there was one thing that I was wanting to read in here from the Journal of Neurological Science, and it says, the quality of healing is directly proportional to the functional capability of the nervous system to send and to receive messages. So if we have an injury, the nervous system is what's going to go to that area to heal it. So rather than covering up the symptoms, we need to be based on a functional model of health. Make sure that we give it the time that it needs to heal. Make sure that we give it the nervous system supply that it needs to heal so that we can continue doing the athletic things that we want to do and not have these chronic injuries and chronic problems that we end up with years down the road, and then we can't even do everyday tasks like doing the laundry, picking up grandchildren, because we beat ourselves up when we were younger. So just on injuries, as far as fixing what's causing the problem, we always go back to that functional side of it. Don't cover up injuries. Please, please, please don't cover up injuries. Make sure that you get it looked at and get the problem fixed rather than just covering up the symptoms or the warning signs. Now, just overall function as an athlete. I couldn't tell you the number of times that I was Dr. Todd, my dad, he's a chiropractor, so I was very, very well taken care of chiropractic wise. So going through school, playing soccer, being a long distance runner, all those type of things, I could tell a huge difference just personally in my performance. I hear it from patients in the office all day here that they can tell a huge difference in their running performance, their stamina, going mountain biking, and just how, normally across that shoulder tops are just going to burn when you're done mountain biking if you've ever been, and that type of stuff going away when they're in the proper alignment. Because if we talk about running, so you have your spine, and from this front, you hear the spine should be straight up and down. Well, if you take that and you put a curvature into it, and then you go and run on it, mile, 3 miles, 10 miles, whatever it may be, you're basically sitting there and you're hammering on a bent nail. If you're hammering a nail into the wall and it gets bent, what do you have to do? You've got to take it out, try to straighten it out as best as you can. If it stays bent and you keep hammering on it, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. So we want to make sure anybody that's out there, specifically runners, that we make sure that we get that as straight as possible, because if not, we're going to end up continuing to bend that as gravity works on it, and we're going to end up with a whole lot of problems. As well as people that have misalignments in their neck, we go and we pound on that all day long. I'm doing exercising, any type of weightlifting. If you have muscles on one side that are working better than the other, that nervous system supply to one side is better than the other, you're weightlifting, then you're going to continue to build a compensation, or where one side is going to continue to get bigger than the other, rather than getting that to work out like it should. Straighten out the spine, put the curvatures in where they need to be on different views, and make sure that structurally we're set up to function, because your structure will determine your function 10 times out of 10. So if we've got your structure set up right, then you're going to be able to function and not only do the things that you want to do, but be able to do the things that you want to do and do them for longer. And that's ultimately what we want for everyone. That's what we call life. And so we always want to make sure that everybody's living the best life that they can, and chiropractic helps a lot of people do that.